Welcome to this week's Weekly Wrap, everyone. I'm Kathleen Trigg here in our Midtown Manhattan studios, and there's plenty to catch up on this week. Trump's cabinet is raising eyebrows. We've lost even more icons this week. Are people done keeping up with the Kardashians? And is the world on the verge of a third world war? We'll break it all down coming up. But first, you are watching the Weekly Wrap. With time dwindling before Trump's inauguration, his cabinet picks are almost complete. Some notable choices like Dr. Ben Carson to head Housing and Urban Development, climate change denier Rick Perry to head Energy, and Obamacare opposed Tom Price as Secretary of Health and Human Services are causing Obama supporters to look at Trump's cabinet some kind of way. Unfortunately, upon a closer look at his completed cabinet, it's turned out to be even worse for liberals and Trump critics. NPR created 3 charts measuring diversity, prior experience, and what kinds of experience are on Trump's cabinet members' resumes compared to the prior 4 cabinets. Well, we took the charts to the streets of New York City to ask people what they think about the results.
It's a little bit reasonable that he should have less women, less non-whites, less minorities, essentially, than Obama, for example.
No way. It's like what I don't know what they call that in Marvel Comics, but it is literally like the cabinet of supervillains.
This I will give to Trump, okay? He's not exactly the sharpest knife in the drawer, but at least he's smart enough to put a lot of sharp knives around him.
Well, and if you look at the other facts, for example, George W. Bush, you have less women even. So still, I think that shows that the presence of women, in kind of serious positions is still increasing, despite the fact that it has decreased since this last, what do you call it, the last term.
And it's like he Googled, what was it? He Googled the position and picked the exact opposite of the person to actually bring down what the position is about to begin with.
But, all I can do is wish for the best and prepare for the worst.
It's true. Trump's cabinet picks don't outrage everyone. As Seth Meyers pointed out, this is just as good as a holiday to some people.
And along with his picks for chief strategist and national security advisor, Trump's early personnel choices have received glowing reviews from white nationalists who are psyched.
It's like Christmas. White nationalists are cheering Trump's choices, calling them a dream team and exactly what they want.
It's the dream team, or if you're going by skin tone, the cream team. In their defense, it is kind of like Christmas, the day that a Middle Eastern family was denied access to a hotel and basic health care.
Let's hope our president-elect doesn't pander to those kinds of groups, because that definitely isn't my idea of Christmas. In fact, it's worse gift than socks. Now on to more somber news. Carrie Fisher, Debbie Reynolds, and George Michael passed away this week. We almost made it out of 2016 without losing another icon, because this has really been a year of great loss for Hollywood. I mean, from Prince, Gene Wilder, David Bowie, Muhammad Ali. It's really been a year that surprised fans when their icons left too soon. We wanted to ask New Yorkers which celebrity deaths impacted them the most, and if they remember where they were when they heard of some of their favorites passing.
Some middle-aged white guy came up to me and was like, "Did you know Prince died?" I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
David Bowie. It was really felt it, like all over England.
Prince, of course. I was here in New York. When I heard of it, I was a bit upset. I didn't like what I heard and how it happened.
I'll never forget that. I was right there on the corner in front of the strawberries. So, yeah.
Ali was another big one. Yeah, we lost another big one there.
I felt bad, but I mean, people die every day.
If I had to pick, I would say that my pick would definitely be Prince. I'm just saying. I thought I was going to marry him when I was a little girl, so I was devastated by the news. But then again, who didn't? Moving on from one celebrity tragedy to another, I'm going to talk about Rob Kardashian and Blac Chyna. Anyone with an internet connection or a smartphone probably saw reports of Blac Chyna taking her newborn baby Dream from the family home, in addition to all of the Eggo waffles in the house during an argument with Rob. Anyway, Rob responded publicly by posing memes about Chyna abandoning him. Well, the fight took place the night before Black Chyna and Rob's Baby special premiered on E!, prompting fans to spam Chyna's Instagram with snake emojis and send an outpouring of support to supposedly heartbroken Rob. But that was a few days ago. Now the couple's back together. Even more committed fans are skeptical of the antics, accusing the Kardashians of concocting the drama to promote their upcoming special. Of course, the Kardashians would never do a thing like that. So we took the burning question, are Rob and Chyna a fake relationship? To some people who'd let us know how they really feel. Those people are called New Yorkers.
They are together, is that the case?
You know, that whole, no.
Media says that, okay, yeah, Black China is this here and that there. The Kardashians are this here and that there. I ain't never seen one of them up close and personal.
I think a lot of this stuff is publicity stunts. A lot of publicity stunts going on. A lot of it is not true.
Definitely. No disrespect, Kim or Chloe or whoever.
I thought it was petty, one. You grown-ass people. I'm sorry for my language, but you grown like I grown. I don't understand.
I ain't never been around none of them. They ain't never came and tried to help me in some kind of way of fashion.
They put these groups together. I even believe that Jay-Z and Beyonce was a publicity stunt until they finally got together.
Hey, don't blame me. I didn't say it. Finally, everyone's going nuclear, talking about nuclear war, that is. Despite claims on the campaign trail that he's against nuclear force, Donald Trump is quickly backtracking, as usual, from his position after feeling challenged by Russia.
Off camera, telling a pajama-clad MSNBC host, quote, "Let it be an arms race. We will outmatch them at every pass." Trump's incoming White House press secretary explained.
There are countries around the globe right now that are talking about increasing their nuclear capacity. And the United States is not going to sit back and allow that to happen without acting in kind.
An unorthodox approach to just about everything should be a surprise to no one. It's what Trump's campaign was all about.
Things have to change, and they have to change right now.
Now that change means threatening to roll back decades of diplomatic work on nuclear arms control and shaking things up on the domestic front, too.
If you knew all that stuff, you'd be justified in feeling uncertain about America's future. I mean, the thought of entertaining nuclear war with Russia has many people asking, are we about to enter a third world war? Our correspondent Camille Cruz is standing by in New York City, reporting from Grand Central to get your thoughts now. Camille, what do people have to say out there?
Thanks, Kathleen. You know, there was a lot of talk about what it means to have Trump be the man behind the button during the presidential campaign. The dreaded button everyone's been talking about technically doesn't exist. It's actually a briefcase called the nuclear football.
Forget about togetherness between the president and his wife. The real togetherness is between the president and the carrier of the nuclear football that contains the nuclear codes.
During his transition, the president-elect is briefed on how to use the codes. Then, during the inauguration, the military readies 2 cases, one each for both the outgoing and incoming presidents. This serves to both immediately transfer power and to deter any surprise attacks.
You know, let's say there's a report of some kind of a nuclear attack on the United States. They open the football. There's this complicated list of all the various options the president has, from all-out launching everything and destroying the world to a surgical attack to using tactical weapons. And the president has got to absorb all this information in literally a matter of minutes and decide what to do.
Only a matter of minutes, and a guy with the briefcase is all our president has to work with before deciding to go to a nuclear war. I guess calling it a button wasn't that far off.
First of all, he's already president. I'm not saying I wanted him to be president, but he's already president. So let's give him a chance to see at least what he's gonna do.
I think that Trump is going to try to start good relations with other countries.
I personally predict that he'll follow an isolationist kind of approach to international affairs.
And things are changing, you know, behind closed doors.
Am I scared? Of course, it's Donald Trump. We all scared. But do I think that he deserves a chance? I think so.
But I think America will be strong and safe within its own borders.
We affect our, our own lives individually by making mistakes or either making the right choices. No politician can alter that lifestyle for you.
Wow, there were a lot of strong feelings about that one. Personally, I feel we elected him, so we have to give him a chance and do what he does. Hopefully he does the right thing for our country. But I guess we'll all just have to wait until January 20th when our president-elect becomes our real president. Now back to you, Kathleen.
Wow, Camille, very nice work. I know there's been petitions on the internet for Michelle Obama 2020, but can we just petition to add a third term? I mean, come on, look at them. Never know what you've got till it's gone. Well, we've certainly learned a lot during this weekly wrap-up, like how dangerous a guy with a briefcase can be and how you shouldn't use social media. Talking to you, Rob Kardashian. Before we say goodbye, though, I want to talk about my choice for Book of the Week. Resolutions come with the new year, despite how little we tend to stick with them, but reading the Book of the Week is something we can all do, and it's really just as helpful. And the book is titled Practice Over Perfect, Leaving Behind Frantic for a Simpler, More Soulful Way of Living. I'd highly recommend it if you're unhappy with your work-life balance or if you're just unhappy with your life at all. Pick up the book. Doesn't hurt anything. Well, that's going to do it for us this week. Be sure to come back next week for more gossip, news, and real talk from real people. To see more shows or comment on this one, go to Kathleen.com. I'm Kathleen Trigg. Thank you for watching.